All right, let's dive right in. I want to challenge a core belief that most of us have about money. What if every dollar you spend wasn't actually a cost, but an investment in your future, in your performance, and in your well-being? That's the idea we're going to explore today.
You know the feeling, right? You see a bargain and you feel like you're winning, like you've just hacked the system. But what if that so-called deal is actually a trap? What if it's a hidden cost that you're going to pay for later and then some? This isn't just about saving a few bucks here and there. This is about totally redefining what it means to be smart with your money.
So there's this brilliant idea from the author Terry Pratchett, and it's called the boots theory. Picture this. You've got two people. One guy has enough money to buy a really solid pair of $50 boots that'll last him a decade. The other guy? He can only scrape together $10 for a flimsy pair that's going to fall apart by the end of the season. So year after year, he has to keep replacing those cheap boots. Over that same decade, the poorer man has spent double the money on boots, and he spent most of his time with cold, wet feet.
And look, this isn't just some clever story. It's a real-world trap. Sometimes it's called the cost of being poor. It's this vicious cycle where buying cheap forces you to buy often, which ends up draining not just your wallet, but your energy and your time in the long run.
Okay, so if we're going to break that cycle, where do we even begin? Well, there's a simple but really powerful rule. Invest from the ground up. Just think about the things that physically separate your body from the earth all day, every single day. We're talking about your mattress, your shoes, your office chair. These are the absolute foundations of your physical well-being. Let's start with where we spend a third of our lives, in bed. So many of us wake up feeling achy and tired, and we just chalk it up to, oh, I'm just getting older. But what if it's not you? What if it's your mattress that's failing you? A cheap, unsupportive mattress can actually force your muscles to work overtime all night long just to keep your spine aligned. You're not actually resting, you're basically just surviving the night.
And the data on this is pretty staggering. I mean, look at these numbers. A quality mattress isn't just about being comfy, it's about performance. We're talking about falling asleep way faster. And get this, a more than 60% reduction in back pain, a nearly 70% jump in overall sleep quality. This isn't a luxury item, people. It's a high-return investment in your daily energy and your long-term health.
And that investment in your physical foundation, it pays massive dividends during the day too. That 25% you see on the screen, that is the potential boost in your productivity that can come from simply using the right ergonomic gear. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter, and with a whole lot less pain.
And really, it's not just about getting more done in a day. It's about preventing those slow burn injuries that build up over years from a poorly designed workspace. As you can see right here, we are talking about huge reductions in muscle fatigue, back pain, and that nagging neck strain. This is all about investing in your body so that it can support you for the long haul.
Now, this whole buy-it-for-life mindset goes way beyond just our physical well-being. It's also about the tools we use to nourish ourselves and, crucially, the skills we build to create our own future. So let's take a look at the kitchen and our careers. Think about the tools in your kitchen for a second. A quality chef's knife that just feels like an extension of your hand. A heavy cast iron skillet that you know is going to be passed down to your grandkids, and it's just going to get better with every single meal. See, these aren't just things you buy. They're heirlooms in the making. They're assets that literally improve with age.
But you know, the single most valuable asset you will ever own is what's between your ears. As this quote says so perfectly, your skills, your knowledge, that's your human capital. It can't be seized, it can't be taken away from you. And with a little maintenance through learning, it only appreciates in value. In a world that's changing faster than ever, your ability to learn is your ultimate form of security.
And hey, this isn't just some fuzzy, feel-good concept. You can actually track the return on your investment in yourself. It's a pretty simple process, really. Figure out your goal, understand the costs, both in time and in money, measure the payoff, and then just do the math. This turns personal growth from some vague idea into a concrete strategy for your success.
Okay, let's talk about the most important asset you will ever manage, your own health. I want you to think of it like an investment portfolio. You can either make small, consistent investments right now, or you can face a massive, totally unexpected bill later on. It's all about playing the long game with your own well-being. And just like in finance, you want to focus on the blue chip habits. You know, the ones with a proven track record of high returns. We're talking about eating real, whole foods, moving your body with intention, and keeping an eye on your internal dashboard with regular checkups. These aren't just separate actions. They're a system that works together to build a powerful foundation of health for decades to come.
We've covered the physical, we've covered the financial, but what about the mental game? It turns out that how we spend our money can have a profound impact on our happiness and our peace of mind. This isn't just about accumulating more stuff, it's about buying back your time, your focus, and your joy.
The science on this is really clear. Think about the last gadget you bought. The excitement probably faded pretty quickly, didn't it? That's what we call buyer's remorse. Now think about a trip you took or a concert you went to. You probably don't regret that, do you? In fact, the memory has likely gotten even sweeter over time. That is the incredible power of investing in experiences. The joy actually compounds.
You know, this approach also frees up your most valuable resource, your mental energy. Every single decision we make, no matter how big or small, it drains our battery. So, by making smart, one-time purchases, we eliminate the need to constantly think about replacements. By automating our finances, we free up our precious brain space. It's all about designing a life that just runs more smoothly, so you can focus on what actually matters.
So, where does all this leave us? Well, this isn't just a collection of life hacks or spending tips. It's a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about moving from being a passive consumer to being an active creator of a meaningful life.
It's what you might call a generative life philosophy. It's this core idea that our purpose isn't just to take and to use, but to build, to contribute, to leave things better than we found them. It's like a quiet rebellion against the whole culture of disposability, and it's a commitment to creating a life and a world of lasting value.
So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Every choice you make, every single dollar you spend, is a vote for the kind of person you want to become and the kind of world you want to live in. So take a look at your own life's portfolio. What story is it telling right now? And more importantly, what story do you want it to tell?